Now this next sutram which we are going to study here is the sutram 3-97. Saptamyam janer daha. Saptamyam janer daha. This sutram prescribes the affix da following the verbal root jan, which is in the dhatu patha listed as jani pradurbhave in the divadigana. Jani pradurbhave. So this sutram 3-97, this is in the adhikara of bhute, which starts from 3 to 84. From 3 to 84 all the way up to vartamane lat. Just prior to that, vartamane lat, this adhikara of bhute runs. So it runs from 3 to 84 to 3 to 122, because 3 to 123 is vartamane lat. So in that adhikara comes saptamyam janer daha. It's a very straightforward sutram, otherwise it means that saptamyante upapade, when there is a upapadam which ends in a saptami vibhakti, then bhute in the past tense, janehe, following the verbal root jani pradurbhave, dasyat, the affix da may be used. Now janehe is panchami ekvachanam of jani. Here the ik pratyaya has been used dhatu nirdeshe by the vartikam which we have studied. Ik shtipau dhatu nirdeshe, which means just to denote a verbal root. To refer to a verbal root, Panini may use the affix ik or shtip. So here jan, with that jan which is the verbal root, the ik has been used to just make reference to the verbal root jan. So jani just means the verbal root jan. Of course, in the affix ik, the ending kakara is it by halantyam. So janehe is panchami ekvachanam of jani. So it simply means following the verbal root jan, the affix da may be used, but the condition is saptamyam, is saptamyante upapade, when there is a upapadam which ends in a saptami in the locative case. So that is the meaning of this sutram. Is an important sutram which is used in the language quite frequently, and we have already seen the prayojanam, the purpose of having the dakara as a it in the affix da. The dakara is an it in the affix da. We have already seen that when we derived the forms using the sutram 3 to 48. 3 to 48 we studied was anta tyanta dva durapara sarvananteshu daha. At that time when we use pratyaya daha following the verbal root gam, we noticed that the dakara is it, which is it sanya by chutu. The use of that, the prayojanam of that, should do the t lopa by the sutram tehe 64143. Even though the angam does not have the bhasanya, but even then t lopa is done by ditva samarthya ter lopaha abhasyapi ter lopaha. We have seen all this before, nothing new for us. So let us take an example of this sutram 3-97. The example here is sarasi jatam iti sarasijam sarojam va. So something which is born in the lake, which has been born in the lake. It's in the past tense. Something which was born in the lake. Saras, the pradvidikam, which means a pool of water, a lake. So sarasi jatam iti sarasijam sarojam va. Hence it means a kamalam, a lotus, that which is born in the lake. It means a lotus, kamalam. So here we start the derivation by adding the affix da to the verbal root jan when we have the upapadam, which is saptamyantam upadam, which is saras plus ni saptami ekvachanam. So we have saras ni plus jan da. Now the beginning dakara of the affix da gets the it sanya by chutu and then tasya lopaha, and then we have saras ni plus jan a. Now that affix da does the t lopaha of jan, of the angam jan, by the sutram tehe, on the basis of the fact that dakara has been used as it, even though jan does not have the bhasanya, because remember the bhasanya comes by yachivam, which is 1418. That has the anuvritti of swadishu, coming from the Paraj Sutram 1.4.17, and the Swadi Pratyaya only start from 4.1.2, Svau, Jas, out, and so on. Right now we are using the Sutram 3.2.97. So the Angam Jan cannot get the Bhasanya, but still we do T Lopaha, because otherwise there would be no purpose served by having Dakar as an it in the affix D. So Ditva Samarthya Dabhasya Pitir Lopaha. So now what we get? We get Saras Ni plus Ja. So we get Saras Ni plus Ja. And now we go ahead and form the compound between the Upapadam, which is Saras Ni, with the Kridantam, which is Ja, using the Sutram 2.2.19, Upapadam Ating. And then Saras plus Ni, which is the Upapadam, it gets the Upasajana Sanya by Prathama Nidishtam Samasa Upasajanam by 1.2.43, and then Upasajanam Purvam by 2.2.30. Saras Ni becomes the prior member of the compound. And then the entire term Saras Ni plus Ja gets the Pratipadika Sanya by Krittadita Samasascha, because we have formed a Samasa using the Samasa Vidhayaka Sutram 2.2.19 Upapadam Ating. And now at this point we would normally use Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho to do the look elision of this affix ni, which is inside the pratipadikam. We would use Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho, but now comes a special sutram. A special sutram which is 6.3.14 Tatpurushe Kriti Bahulam. Tatpurushe Kriti Bahulam, which is going to prescribe only an optional elision of that ni affix. So that will be the next sutram which we will study, which we will take up next, is 6.3.14 Tatpurushe Kriti Bahulam, in order to complete the derivation of this compound.